Hi my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. We are on Grandma's Kitchen and I have a little sneak peek of behind the scenes when the QuiltFolk Magazine came here to take photos for an article that I will be in their July issue. Yes, so exciting. Yes, July of this year. So our places here must have been the very last on the schedule to get photographed for the whole issue. Okay, so if you are here just popping in, welcome, welcome, welcome. I know there's a whole lot of you that just pop in and then immediately leave. If that is you, I invite you to spend a little bit more time. Maybe watch my whole video today. Just put it on in the background and listen and see what you think. So I'm glad you're here, no matter what. Okay. What do we have? What do we have for block 14? Salt and pepper shakers. So is your family one that had fun salt and pepper shakers? Did your grandma, your mom, great grandma have funky salt and pepper shakers? I'm always surprised that I don't really have any memory of those. So apparently nobody had them, although they obviously were around. And my granny, who loved holiday things, I'm always surprised she didn't have them. Maybe she did and I just somehow missed them. But anyways, over the years I bought a couple myself. I tell you in the article there a little bit about one of the sets, and this is another set that I bought, which are the strawberries, and I decorate with them, so I just think they're so cute. So cute. Now this is a half square triangle block. Lots and lots of half square triangles. So it is fun, and I know you're getting very good at half square triangles because I love them, so you see them a lot in my things. And then here is the whole quilt in repeat. Look at that. Somebody sew that up real quick so we can see it. Isn't that fun? It would be so cool. Scrappy. Couldn't you imagine just a two-tone blue and white, green and white, red and white? Oh, all scrappy. Everything a different fabric even. So cool. All right, colors. Colors for this block. Now, on the layout, we are on the second page. This is the first page of the layout, and we're now on the fourth row. And so it is on the far end. Last week's was on the other end. So here you can see. So what colors do we have over there? You can see it here just as well. I don't need the other camera. So I've got the turquoise and peach, red and aqua. And there is green, just to, get my hand over here. There. See, there's green on that one, but I could do green because it'll be under that one. So it won't be right under that green. So I could do green. That might be nice. Like a green and white block. On the top, on the end there is green and peach and white. I don't want three colors, so I'm going to do two colors. Let's see what my fabrics have, because green in this particular line, there's not a ton of it. So like doing it scrappy, I could, let's see, I could do the center or the corners. I could do something fun like this. I could put this green in the center here, and then on these two corners like this, and then use the other green to create this part of the image. I think that would be really cool to mix them up. And then background wise, there is peach right above it, so I think I'm going to go with one of the, not the stripe. No. I could use this, or I could just go with the white on white. There's a white on white that comes with the line. Or I could do, I don't think I have enough of it. I don't think I have enough of this because I have to cut quite a few 5 4-inch squares and 4 3.5-inch squares. No, I don't think. I'll look, but I don't think I have enough of this one to actually. I might. I'm gonna measure. So if I don't have this, see, that would be cool. See, I like having a little bit more pattern with it. If not, I could go to this one. This is a bigger piece. So I'm going to see what I can get out of here. Let me just check it. I do not want to cut it because if it doesn't work out, I'll use it for something else. I don't want to have to already cut it. So I am doing 4, 8, 12. That's 3 squares that are 4 inches, and then another one. I just go across. Okay, so then I have to do one down. So if I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, 4 by 4 is here, then I have to do 4 3.5. So if I've got this measure here, see, like this is only 3, not 3.5. But I might be able to sew one of these together. I'm out of range here. Yeah, I might be able to sew some of this together to get what I need. Plus I have over here, because I only needed one square, so I've got this section. I think I can actually squeeze it out. Just squeeze it out. And wherever there is a solid square, I won't use a seam, but the ones that have a seam will be in some of the half square triangles. So maybe I can make it so the seam gets cut away or you don't really notice it. So let me try. Here are the 4-inch squares, 5 4-inch squares, and now out of here I have to get 4 of the 3.5s, which are not there. The 3.5s are the ones that come here, like right through here. So let me see what I can do. Oh yeah, I think I can, because here from this side here is 3.5, and then from here is 3.5, and I can get 2 and 2. Woohoo! I've got it. No seams. This is where I ended up. The 4-inch squares, the 3.5-inch squares. This is little bitty waist, and then I have some strips here. This little chunk with the strips, and then this chunk. So those will probably be like put in the scrap bag, because I'm not going to need just one square of any of that. So there we go. I've got it. Before sewing the block, lay it out, check your positions of everything to be sure it's how you want it to be. Like I ended up with my stripes here going this direction, so I think I will switch so that these go, oh, that's right. No, it's not. There we go. So they go straight, 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 straight. Yeah, so that they're all going the same way. That's just, I mean, you could do it the other way. That's fine. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just what appeals to you. So I really like using the 2 greens. Super, super love it. And so happy I squeezed all of that out. All right, let me sew it. If you've never done this before, you might have fun trying sewing it in quadrants. So these are 4 patches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 blocks of the unit. And then you have these smaller units to work with and then sew together. So like these 2 sew together, these 2 sew together. Then I only have one long line to do. And it might be nice. You might find that you really like it, and you might find that you have a little bit more control. There it is. Whoops. Let's get the whole thing in there. There it is. Oh, I really, really like it. It looks good when it all gets sewn together too. You know, you get this vision, and like it really, really looks awesome. But I'm going to put it up there. Oh, I've got this basket that you can't see around there. All right. How do we go? Okay, I think you'll be able to see, and I think I can get over here and put this up. So it will go down here on row number 4. So I'll leave that there. Yeah. Looking good in the neighborhood, right? Oh, nice, nice. All right, let's talk, while we're here, let's talk about sashings, because I need to get started on that. And I basically am going to leave this up over the next few days and start working on it, because otherwise it is too overwhelming to do a lot of sashing at the end. I don't find that fun. It's kind of like doing those backings, those too many backings at once. So I will start, but I had to think about what colors do I want. And when we're looking over there, this fabric line that I'm working with, it's like Laguna Sunrise, it has quite a few colors, and I'm putting quite a few colors in, but I decided that I'm going to control the colors for the sashing so that there are not so many. I don't want like all the different colors for sashing. I just want to do 2 colors, not 2 fabrics, just 2 colors. And so what I decided on is, after looking at the critter quilt again with the lavender, I am going to go with the light purples and lavender shades, and then a white, and you know, that has a little bit of images, or maybe sometimes just white from the line. So let me show you what I did. So I don't have tons of purple lavender. This is it. This is it. You know, I don't keep a ton of fabric. I just keep a lot of the fun stuff, and then, you know, if I need something, I get it. But the line, I already pulled some of the purples to work with in the line. Okay, these here come with the line, this shade, which are a little bit more reddy, like more reddy purple. Okay, that's all with the line. And then I had pulled these to add in for one of the blocks because I just needed something different. And then I'm going to try to go a lot of lighter. So I've got like a 30s. I've got this with the little pins on it, another kind of 30s, and a polka dot, and this very cool stripe. This was Victoria Finlay Wolf's line. I've had it in a bunch of colors. I've used it a couple of times. Here's another and another. I don't think I'll do this one. I think I have enough. And there were a few others in here, like, okay, let me just get this one out, and that polka dot. These are a little bit more on the blue range than the red range. Because I just have more of those. I don't have as many. That the others up here are darker for, you know, oh, that's really cute. Look at those. Oops, here we go. There we go. Look at the little nesting dolls. So I don't know, I might leave that there. This is also super cute. So even though the line is what I call a little bit more red, I don't really own those shades in lighter. I own them in darker. So I am going to go with these. I do have this, which is a huge piece. This and this. And here's another one. So there are so many. So many. But then I thought, for the lights, what do I want? And I'm going to use that, and then the white on white from the line, and then maybe put in some pieces of this. I've got a couple chunks of this white on white from the line, and then this piece here, which has got little bits of, that's Blossom. That's the fabric line name. So I think that's going to be good. So what I will do, so over the next few days, is start messing around in here with the layout, starting on the first row, and just cut some strips, and I'll do some video of it, little clips of I'm working through it. So I have the palette now, so that is half the battle. Just have what I'm going to work with, and I'll get doing that. All right, let's switch gears a second. I got a sweet card from Melissa in Iowa. Look at that. Look at that. And she made me this super darling little pillow. All my favorite threads are red. I love this. Thank you. You guys are so amazing and so great. I'm always humbled, truly humbled. Now, I mentioned that Folk Art Magazine was here at my home. If you are not familiar with the magazine, they've been out about 10 years. Back when I did a podcast, I interviewed the publisher, the man who created this. Mike McCormick is his brainchild and his publication. And they do it quarterly. There are no patterns and no advertisements. So it's a bit like a book. And it's a book of the stories of quilt makers, and predominantly by state. So this one here is Washington, right? Right? Yeah. Washington State. It has a bunch of my friends in it. They do just super cool. Here's Scott Hansen, my buddy. So they go to your home and they photograph. And let me just show you a few clips here. The people who came were Azrae and Trevor. Azrae is a photographer, and her husband Trevor is a filmmaker and artist. And so here you can see just a few of the kind of behind the scenes here in my home, where they were doing setups of shots to have with the magazine article in QuiltFolk. Trevor was doing a little bit of video to go along with it, and Azure was doing all the photography. They worked to style the pictures, and it's just was so much fun. And then I'll just show you a couple clips. We went to a nearby park, a county park that was a working farm. And so here's a few pictures out there at the farm, and it was incredibly windy, like so windy. It was so crazy. And then here it is with, here's all four of us. Well, that's Greg. They're also helping out. It was so delightful. Azure and Trevor are an incredible team, and we had a great time. I've already been interviewed, and so I will let you know when the issue comes out in a few months. So it's not that far away, if you follow them on Instagram in their stories. At one point they had my pictures. They had a whole lot more, so it might still be there. Two things. It is Children's Book Day. So if you have a quilt based on a children's book, share that. It is also Walking Day. If you are a walker like me, Greg and I walk every day. We usually do like 2 walks, one longer walk and then a shorter walk, and if we can, we walk about 3 miles a day. So it is super healthy to do, and I hope you're a walker as well. Now let's go ahead and do a quilt parade of your blocks from last week's Grandma's Kitchen. We start Sunday dinners at Anna's house. She did lovely purples. What a beautiful, like, kind of watercolor print in the middle there. I love that. And here are all of hers together. Look how incredible they are. She said, this really reminds me of her grandmother. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. Okay, Anne here has, look at this. She's in a little catch-up, I think, and got up to date on everything. And she said they would eat at one grandparent's house for dinner and then go to have dessert at the other grandparent's house on Sundays. I'm not sure it was every Sunday, but many Sundays. Bethany said she is really enjoying this sew-along and working with everybody. Look at her beautiful block. So pretty. Bill said he remembers Sunday dinner as being very joyful and plentiful. I have to totally agree with that. Sunday dinner at my granny's house was just like that. There was lots and lots of food. Lots of food. Diana, she says her grandmother's, the meals were, one grandmother's, the meals were very quiet. And at the other grandmother's, they were very lively because all the cousins were there. So fun. I think the memories here are just so incredible. And I appreciate everybody sharing them. So good. Okay, we've got Donna's green. Love that stripe. Look at that stripe in there. Holy cow, that is really cool. And then here's all of hers together. So you can really see how she's keeping that color palette with those lights and dark teals and white with that green. Oh, it looks really good together. Gail said both sides of her family would get together and it was a bit noisy. The rose is amazing in the middle. And then here is a different Gail. I love the black. Oh my goodness, that is so effective. That teal and black, and there's a little black in the print there that has the gray. Pulls that in. All right, there are actually 2 Christmas versions today. This one is from Helen, and here is her block, and then all together. Wow, look at, she has sashing. She's got sashing going on. Wow, and your fabrics are really, really wonderful. All right, who we got next? We've got Janice, and she said they had a big meal when they visited her grandparents every few months. Look at the hand in the center there. How cool is that? And then here are all of hers together. Look at them. Oh my goodness. I believe she had a story about the olives up on the top. So cool. Such great memories everybody's bringing to the table. To the table, haha. Here's Kathleen's gorgeous teals. Loving that. And my friend Kendall, who does the videos, and he also has teal for his block this week. So be sure you go and visit his YouTube channel. Laura, she said this is the dressed up table. I can see like the plaid for the tablecloth, and look at the fussy cut center. Spectacular. All right, here's our other Christmas version. The block is from Lisa. Oh, that is so cute. Look at the little animal. So cute. So Marlene said that her mom and her grandma would do a bunch of the cooking for the Sunday meal. That was their thing, and said they were amazing cooks. So great to have that in your family and great memories. Mary Jo said her parents had to go to 2 Sunday dinners, 2 full dinners on Sunday. Wow. Yeah, my parents had to do that too. We came from out of town, and so it was like you had to visit them both on the day. So same but it's mostly for holidays. Love the poodle in the middle, and she's got her Sloan Zone button down on the bottom right. She's got one for our 10th anniversary of the Facebook group. How fun is that? Patricia, she said Sunday dinners were at noon. And then she loved listening to her grandparents tell stories. Here's all her blocks together. Look at this, more sashing. And she's got that chicken, she's got lots of chicken fabrics, and she's got chicken wire fabric. The blue and black. Oh my god, that blue. That summer blue, you know, I love it. And here is Patty's, and she said she used some scraps up. She was able to use up some scraps on this one. That's always a great feeling, isn't it? When you have that small piece and you're like, I just want to use it up. I don't want to hang it around anymore. And here's Ruth's block, and she said the dishes here were her grandmother's, so they had meals on those dishes, and the china cupboard was also her grandmother's. Isn't that awesome to still have those, and you can enjoy them with your family? That is just wonderful. My friend Suzanne, who is one of our ambassadors, here is her fabric. Look at the little chickies. So she has this little chickie fabric, and then the center there, this is such cool fabric. And Terry's block in gorgeous poppin' teals, teal and black, and reds. Great combo. And then a last look at my block for Sunday dinner. Thank you for sharing. It is always so amazing to see the same block in all kinds of different colors. Now, you're going to make the salt and pepper block, salt and pepper shakers. You know, if you have an amazing story or you actually have some cool salt and pepper shakers, put them with your block when you share it. If you want to share just the story, do that here at YouTube or in my fireside chat for the non-quilting conversations that we generate here on YouTube. So we have a place to share and share pictures. You share just stories here, but you can't put any pictures. So that'll be over at Facebook. So I am excited also about the QuiltFolk. So if you are interested in these, I'll link you to where you can get them from their website, or there's usually a few at Amazon you could pick up if you're ordering there. I get a commission on those. All right, my friend, I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.